Hey guys, so today I've got Omar here from School of Scent. Welcome, Omar.
Hello.
If you didn't already know, Omar is a fragrance reviewer. So if you're looking on tips for which fragrances you might want to pick up for different situations, then Omar's your guy. Go check him out on his channel, link in the description below. Now, I'm actually visiting...
I'm kind of a big deal.
You're a big deal. It's like actually a big deal.
I'm actually a big name on the fragrance campus
fragrance,
now.
I know. So,
Kidding.
are you like, how big are we talking though? Are we like as big as Jeremy Fragrance yet? Or is he the...
No.
Are you like going to fight him in the next...
I am...
Like, are you going to arrange like a wrestling match with him to like, get some clickbait or something? That's what most of the YouTubers are doing these days. Like the Logan Paul, right, and all these guys, they're all fighting each other. So I feel like you need to, if you want to get yourself up there, when are you going to fight Jeremy?
If I got into a ring with Jeremy, I don't know what would happen. I think it would be a very interesting event, so I probably will just avoid it. I will probably just avoid it. But yeah, Jeremy is obviously a very big name as well, and in all honesty, in all seriousness, big respect to Jeremy as well, because he's
Are there any
one of the OGs.
Are there any fragrance reviewers that you're not too scared to fight then?
I just feel like all fragrance reviewers are probably quite weak and wimpy in general. I feel like
we're take them all apart from Jeremy.
No, I feel like we're all in the same camp. I feel like we're all more like laid back.
You could do like a RuneScape battle or something.
Like a what battle?
RuneScape battle. Who can do like the most logs in an hour?
I didn't play RuneScape back in the day. I played some World of Warcraft back in the day, but I'm not familiar with.
What do you do on that? Like Slayer? I don't actually play it, but.
Yeah, I think Jeremy played World of Warcraft.
Does he? So that's where you're going to do it.
Me and Jeremy,
do like the battle there. Anyway, so today in this video, I actually went to visit Omar to do a video for his channel. So I'll put a link in the description when that video is released. But since I have Omar here, what I wanted to do was get him to smell some raw materials. So if you've ever been on Omar's channel, you might know that he dabbles in perfumery himself. He's done a couple of videos where he does some like beginner bedroom perfumery. So because of that, I thought it would be a good opportunity to get him to smell some raw materials. So what I've got here today is the 5 raw materials in the premium naturals range for my brand, The Fragrance Foundry, and this is a brand new range of raw materials that I've just released. And so these are some really special natural raw materials that I've kind of imported from around the world. They're made by specialist companies, like specialist manufacturers of perfumery raw materials. So this isn't just your essential oils that you buy on Amazon. These are like really special, unique, natural products. Thought I'll get you to smell them and just I'd like to hear your thoughts, and it'd be interesting, I think, for everyone in the audience to, have an opinion of what these things smell like, because they're not all that common. So some people, probably a lot of the people watching wouldn't have actually smelled these raw materials. Yeah.
And if you guys like naturals in perfumery, make sure you check out my brand as well, Atrium Fragrance. I'm going to do a shameless plug.
Okay. You can do a plug.
Atrium Fragrance, check it out, guys, because I do love naturals, so I'm quite excited.
What's your favorite natural that you've used in Atrium Fragrance?
Our favorite natural, I would probably say something like a Popanax in our first release in Mr. Fragrance. It wasn't listed as a note on No Breakdown. I love those like really resinous, ambery, woody,
balsamic notes.
Balsamic, things like that come from tree resins traditionally. That's what Popanax comes from, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. And in one of our upcoming fragrances, we're using one of the most expensive naturals as well, which I appreciate. Not everyone appreciates these expensive naturals in perfume, which is a shame.
So I'm using orris butter or something, right?
Yes, we're going to be using some orris butter, orris concrete, yes. And
what kind of fragrance is that then overall? Is it like an orris fragrance, or is it just a little touch of orris in a different...
So it is definitely a high amount of the second highest grade orris butter we're going to be using. It's technically a woody chypre as listed by as John Stephen, the perfumer, has informed me. I did some dabbling in perfumery because of his course. I let him do the actual final perfumery for our own fragrances, though, because I don't want to show off my own skills too much. You know what I mean? You see my episodes of Bedroom Perfumery. The series,
it's too much. People aren't ready for this.
Yeah, the series is called Bedroom Perfumery, so that's how you know I'm a professional. Basically, it's basically a lab. It's a lab. It's your own lab in your.
But I think that series is cool actually, because if someone is a beginner in perfumery, it's a nice little.
If I can do it, guys, anyone can do it. That's what I say.
So, okay, cool. Let's get on to the raw materials in this video. So the first one I'm going to get you to smell, which I've got here, is Cypress Absolute. So do you know much about Cypress, what it is? Or?
I've smelled Cypress a few times. It's not one of my materials I have in my my bedroom perfumery, but I would say Cypress, I know it as being quite camphorous. Green, aromatic, outdoorsy.
Kind of right. So like, especially the essential oil. A lot of woody essential oil notes, or like different pine or fir trees. or different conifer trees, let's say, their essential oils are often like quite bright, sharp, fresh, terpenic. Kind of, you know, those like, you know how it's that forest air smell, it can be quite fresh and like a little bit, not eucalyptus, but that camphoraceous. Yeah, exactly. So cypress is.
I guess the modern, if people haven't smelled like camphorous stuff, then you might think something like Vicks vapor
exactly.
rub. Yeah, that's like the
like stuff that goes up your nose.
Yeah,
and
like
really,
it's piercing and
exactly.
gets through to you. Yeah, absolutely.
So cypress is a tree that's found mostly in the Mediterranean. You find it in countries like Italy, Spain, southern France.
Oh, nice.
That kind of thing.
I didn't know that.
And it's this. I quite like it. It's one of my favorite raw materials. It's a woody smell, and this is the Absolute. So that's unlike what's more common, the essential oil. If you go on Amazon and for cypress, you'll probably find the essential oil. This is where they actually do a solvent extraction, and it's meant to capture a bit more of a true to life scent of it. So I've purposely I purposely hold back this scent strip for a minute, because when you have things that are more base notes, sometimes you smell the ethanol straight away. So you want to let it evaporate off, but now that's gone, I'm going to give this to you to smell and give me your impressions.
The colour of the scent strip is very green, isn't it?
Yeah, this stuff's already dark green when you actually get it.
Oh, that's a lot more ambered out than I expected. It's a bit sweeter than I expected. I don't know why. That's really...
Yeah, so you know how trees have like their own resins and tree saps and things? When you take the Absolute, you really get more of that like sweeter, more balsamic side of the tree. Often the essential oil is more of the kind of sharper terpenic top notes, whereas these Absolutes, which is why I really like them, they last longer, they smell more actual woody and like a bit more, you know, it's less sharp, it's more that softer woody smell.
Absolutely. This is, definitely heavier, denser. I can imagine it's lasting a really long time. It's thick, balsamic, a little bit medicinal.
You think a bit medicinal as well?
A little bit medicinal, yeah. Yeah, it's got like...
I'd say swampy for me is the word that comes to mind.
Something like
That's
that.
what it makes me think of.
Yeah, it smells like the deep, dark bark or resin of the tree.
For sure.
This is dark. This is a dark note as well. A lot more heavy than I expected. I can imagine this being like a really cool artistic note. I feel like if you wanted to make this mainstream and easy to make it really easy for most palates, you'd have to use a really tiny amount. But like, I can imagine this going really nicely with like patchouli or oak moss or those kind of.
I haven't tried that actually, so that's one to try. I think you're right. Like with maybe a vetiver, like a patchouli, that could be interesting. So I'll have to try that one. The
woody dark green notes. That's very nice then.
So that's the Cypress Absolute.
Smells high quality. I like that.
So next, Cypress Absolute was actually something I used in my newest perfume, Aquatica, for my brand. That's why I went and bought all of this actually for that perfume.
You have your own brands. Oh, I didn't.
You never knew.
Oh, no, tell us about that.
That's cool. I almost smelled my perfumes before.
Yeah,
I think he was a fan,
I know,
so
like
it's all good.
Yeah.
Now the other thing, that I, as well as buying that Cypress Absolute, especially for that new perfume Aquatica, I also had Cypress Essential Oil, and this isn't any old Cypress Essential Oil, but this one I felt was like it smelled just different, like a cut above the other Cypress Essential Oils. So just like the Absolute, I imported this all the way from France.
Cool.
So I'll ask you to get your opinion. I'm almost done with this, but it's quite potent, so you should be able to. Been using the whole thing up, yeah.
Oh, nice.
So you were saying about you expected it to be sharper. This is probably going to be a bit more about what you were.
Okay, yeah, with the more traditional cypress notes. Yeah, this is more what I'm thinking of. This is terpenic, green, zingy.
Yeah.
Like that's the way I describe it. It's really piercing.
How's it compare? I don't know. Have you
it has like some citrus facets.
It has a bit of a citrusy note as well, yeah. To me, personally, this gives me a gin note, a bit like juniper berry. I don't know if you get that from it. That's just me, like a bitter almost, a bit of a...
Yeah, I can see that, yeah, absolutely. It's aromatic, definitely an aromatic notes. Refreshing, invigorating. Okay. And I'm hoping your viewers are noticing that I'm floating the censorship across my nose.
Doing a good
I'm
job.
not smothering it. I'm not putting it up my nostril like in the last video. I know I got some hate for that. Well, I know I've done some. The courses I've done like told me not to do. You shouldn't do that, but I forgot.
Sometimes it smells so nice. You're just like trying to.
I'm trying to get it to the brain as close as possible to the brain stem as you can. Your neocortex.
I don't know if the IFRA would approve of that. Anyway, so that is the Cypress Essential Oil, right?
I've smelled this material before. It's nice, lovely.
So next, I'm going to go away from Cypress, but we're still on woody notes for now. Okay. Actually, a lot of these are woody notes. This one is Oakwood Absolute. So a bit like the Cypress Absolute, where you get the deep woody notes. This is the same process, but for Oakwood. Now, Oakwood is the wood that they use to make like oak barrels and casks and things like that. So often it's associated as like a boozy note.
Okay.
people say, or alcoholic notes.
Yeah.
But I just really like the smell.
Kind of like in Ireland when they have those
Yeah.
Jameson whiskey barrels
Exactly.
and things like that.
If you want to make a whiskey note, then this is good stuff.
Okay, yeah, it smells boozy for sure. It's
I think if you want to make like a cognac accord as well,
Yeah.
because it's like often aged, you know, in the oak barrels, it can be useful.
Dark, balsamic, woody, and boozy is how I describe this. Very dark, a bit mature, I'd say. I feel like you use like a mature cognac or whiskey accord.
What kind of perfume would you imagine maybe using this kind of thing?
Well, if it's for your brand, it would be...
Well, not for my brand, just
Johnny
for like...
Depp in the Pirates of the Caribbean, drinking rum in the dark
No, but like
if
just in general, like, I don't know, does it make you think of any particular kinds of like genres or brands or styles?
like a woody oriental amber kind of fragrance, spices, like a wintry kind of fragrance in general.
Yeah. I'd agree with that.
Yeah,
sounds about right to me as well.
Quite decadent, something you often experience in niche perfumery, I'd say, this kind of notes. It's really beautiful. It's not like your standard.
Yeah, this is like I mean, that's why these are a bit more pricey than like the normal things, right?
Makes
because you're
sense,
buying them from like the people who actually know how to make the best quality stuff for perfumery.
Fantastic.
So next we're going to do, so it's the same company here, Biolamps, who made that Oakwood and the Cypress Absolute. This time it's another Absolute from a tree, which is fir balsam. Okay. So this is like, Christmas tree, essentially. Now, I personally love the smell of Christmas trees because I think it's just like, it reminds me of Christmas. Now you've got it distilled into a little raw material for your perfume. So be interested to know your thoughts on this one.
Oh yeah, that's quite nice. That's quite cute. That's like a little spiced tree.
Does it make you think of Christmas trees or not?
Yeah, a little bit. It kind of smells like a tree.
It's not like fully accurate, is it? It's not like 100% when you walk into a room. But I feel like it's more the lingering, for me, like, I don't know, it definitely reminds you of that more than anything else I've smelled.
Yeah, it definitely has like a realistic Christmas tree effect to it. It's kind of like if a tree bark mixed itself with cinnamon.
Really,
and
you think?
Made this.
That's cool.
I feel like it's cinnamon and tree bark mixed together.
I want to now mix this with cinnamon and see what happens.
I feel like
I really like cinnamon as well, so this would be like the perfect accord.
Do you know things? I think like cinnamon, some, I don't know, a little bit of ethyl vanillin would work well.
Oh yeah, well. I can see that.
I'm just saying random materials and seeing if Sam agrees.
No, I think that could work, but only a touch, because I think it's already quite sweet as far as woody notes go. It's already a sweet woody note. So if you add in a lot ethyl vanillin, it's extremely sweet. So if you added a lot, I'd imagine it suddenly becomes like a sugar bomb perfume. But if you added just a trace amount, that might just like amp it up a bit and like allow it to sing. Anyway, I don't know. We'll see.
It definitely has like an inviting, enigmatic kind of quality to it. It's sort of like it's definitely multifaceted. So it's like woody and a little bit dry. It's kind of like that dry Virginian cedarwood effect mixed with like a bit of darkness, a bit of amberiness in here. A bit of this like spiced effect. I feel like it's the cinnamon of trees.
Yeah, it's like less your standard wood, right? It's more of it's like more exotic. Let's say it's a bit more unusual. It's a
little bit Middle Eastern actually when you say that.
You think?
I can imagine it's Middle Eastern perfumer. I kind of get the Oponax vibes from this kind of fragrance, like those kind of tree resins.
Oud Christmas tree next perfume.
It could be. That'd be a really interesting idea. An oud Christmas tree fragrance. Yeah.
Cool. So now the final one, which is probably one that you actually have already. This is Labdanum Absolute. So this one is probably one of the most widely used or very common naturals in perfumery.
It's a beautiful note. I love Labdanum.
But this one comes from, so when I was looking for my Labdanum, I actually went for 6 different manufacturers. Okay. And I settled on this one from a brand called Ultra International. I say brand, it's a manufacturer. And I felt like this Labdanum would just smell like, unlike any of the other Labdanum Absolutes. It had this really nice honey top note. So I thought I'd get your opinion on this one.
Because when I think of Labdanum, I think like ambery, a little bit leathery, a little touch of smokiness.
It definitely has that stuff in. Though I found with Labdanum, I think the smokiness is actually more on the lower quality Labdanums. Oh. I don't know if that was true, but I just felt like the nice ones were cleaner and they were more sweet ambery, whereas the not so nice ones, maybe it's to do with the process they use for the manufacturing.
It's definitely different to the one I have. This feels a bit more like it has a different top note to it than my usual ones. It smells a bit more like it has some citrus facets to it. A bit more. I know what you're saying. Brighter, a little bit cleaner.
Yeah, for me it was like a honey top note. At least it's my nose, right? It's more like actually golden, like glowing, sweet.
Yeah,
treacle.
I agree with that. I know what you mean. Yeah, you could use this maybe like in a honeyed effect.
Do you want like one of those tobacco honey perfumes? Maybe I think this would be.
Oh, like Xerjoff Naxos potentially.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, this smells really nice. It smells, as you said, really clean. It doesn't smell like.
It's not like
some of these amber notes can kind of smell a little
muddy.
bit animalic and muddy. Yeah, as you said. Yeah. It smells like really clean, smooth. It feels like this would be really easy to work with. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that's why it's my favorite Labdanum, and I kept it around this time. So yeah, that's it. So cool. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this.
Buy them all, guys. They're all very nice.
You don't have to buy any if you don't want to. You can if you want to. So these, if you're in the UK, obviously the Fragrance Foundry only ships to the UK raw materials at present. If you are in the UK, as far as I'm aware, you can't get these anywhere else. You might be able to find the same raw material, like Cypress essential oil.
Yeah.
But I don't know of any other shops that are selling the paint Bertrand one. So that specific French manufacturer who makes this really nice quality. As far as I'm aware, you can't get them anywhere else. But anyway, even if you're not actually interested in buying any of these, that's cool. Just so you guys know what these smell like, you can obviously pick similar things up elsewhere for use in your perfumes as well. And I just think they're really cool notes. So thank you, Omar, for sharing your opinions with me on these.
Thank you for having me on the channel. I think I would say my favourites definitely.
What's your favourite?
I know you didn't ask. I'm just going.
No, that's good. Yeah, like, because you're actually. I should have asked you that.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
What's your favourite? Like, do you want to rank them, like best to worst? Or?
I don't know if I can rank them, but I would just say the ones that stick out to me is the Cypress Absolute, because it's my kind of style. I like that. Those kind of. I feel like you can make some strange fragrances.
Strange fragrances, like in the lab.
Yeah.
Frankenstein.
Maybe like a Frankenstein Halloween kind of fragrance with that. Actually, yeah, absolutely. From Cypress Absolute kind of does give you that swampy feel, like dark. Intense. It takes you to a different place in perfumery, and I like that kind of perfumery where it takes you somewhere else that you wouldn't experience in any other creation. And I love that Labdanum definitely stands out to me as well. I think the fir balsam is kind of cool, the cinnamon bark tree, and but yeah, the Oakwood is quite interesting as well. But I just think that those two stand out to me the most because I feel like you can make some really strange, interesting dark creations with Cypress Absolute, and a Labdanum just feels like it'll be very easy to use as well. Yeah, cool.
Well, thank you for your feedback.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Anyway, so I'm sure we'll see you again at some point, Omar.
Hopefully, yeah. If you
don't have any plans yet, but yeah, I mean, hopefully at some point. But thank you for being on the channel.
No, thank you.
And yeah, thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you guys next time.